14 of the Final Shot podcast. Today, the podcast is brought to you by Box Runner Shoes. They're the best shoes in boxing, so go on over to www.boxrunnershoes.com and pick yourself up a pair of Box Runners. We're also brought to you by Buds and Leaves. So go to www.budsandleaves.com, pick yourself up a Buddha stick or get yourself some CBD capsules. Again, it's www.budsandleaves.com. We're also brought to you by Smile Spray. So go over to www.smilevliquid.com, pick yourself up some Smile Spray. It's a CBD spray. It's very discreet. You can use it in the street. You can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Nobody knows you're going to be spraying CBD liquid into your mouth. And we're also brought to you by Monster Headphones. They're the best headphones in the business. So go over to www.monsterstore.com and pick yourself up some Monster headphones. Last but not least, we're brought to you by Onnit. Go to www.onnit.com. Go check out the Keto Box. The Keto Box is fun. They send you all kinds of different keto treats once a month. They're all packed in a box, and all the products are picked out for you by Aubrey Marcus and Brennan Schaub. So again, it's www.onnit.com. I apologize. I had to cut the first one off. Somebody sent me some copyright infringement bullshit, so we're going to start it again. I was talking about the Steve Bossy fight. What the fuck was I saying about it? It was fun to watch. But like I said, Steve Bossy just kind of played into to what Jean Pascal wanted him to do. It was a very weird fight where Jean was just on the ropes and would cover up, and Steve Bossy would bomb away and then take some fucking shots to the dome. He took some hard shots. So I got to give both guys credit. They're both tough. They both came to fight. The fight lasted a hell of a lot longer than I thought it was going to. It went 8 rounds. I thought it would go like 1. But shit happens. So we got some people on here. Sean Locke, Derek, Yelena. Again, Yelena, KO boxing photographer. She takes the best photos of all time. She has one of the greatest photos of all time that somebody was going to put in, I believe, Maclean's magazine, but that never ended up happening. But the picture is of Adam Braidwood and Tim Hague. So you guys can go check that out. My question is for each of the following cities. Which has been the best combat sports school? Red Deer, Victoria, Edmonton, Calgary, BC in general. The best training was in Victoria with one of the guys that I used to train with just logged on here, Gavin Neal. He's a fantastic little fighter back in the day. He rides motorcycles and eats pizza now, but he was a good fighter. But the gym was full of a bunch of killers when I was up there. It was Nick Dreger, Ryan James, Connor Wood, Diego Wilson, Ryan Ford. I know Alexi Argiriou. I know I'm missing people. Sorry. But Victoria, definitely for MMA. Edmonton has a lot of great boxing gyms up there. Avenue Boxing. And Jelena Marjanovic has a new school up there. It's more of like I don't really know how to explain it. So they play like really loud music. There's like 900 bags in the room, and they just beat the shit out of the bags. But she runs all her camps out of there, and there's some really good fighters that are teaching the classes up there too. Robbie Cousin, I think Brad Switzer's up there every once in a while. Calgary also has great places to train. Southpaw Gym, where Dwayne Lewis and Steve Claggett are out of. The school's run by Vlad Goldenstein. He's a great boxing coach. For MMA in Calgary, Champions Creed's up there with Brian Bird. There's a guy like Hakeem Dawodu's floating around there who fights in the UFC, who actually is fighting this weekend in Calgary. Same as Jordan Mean, and I did mention Steve Claggett earlier too. He will be fighting on Saturday on the Super Channel. So if you get the Super Channel, make sure you tune in and watch the Dragon throw down, and I believe is an IBF Intercontinental fight. So that's going to be a ton of fun to watch. Red Deer. How do I explain Red Deer? Red Deer's got some phony balonies up there, and then There is a good coach up there. His name's Gary Vig at Rashido Martial Arts. He runs that school along with Stephanie Asenza. Gary has a lot of knowledge. For smaller guys, like if you're 170 to 125, great gym to go to. There's a bunch of small little killers running around in there. For a guy my size, 200 pounds, it wasn't the greatest. When we get guys like Ryan Mahan and Advin Olmec and even Chris Chapman's really tall, but he's probably floating around 200 pounds right now. But when those guys would come up, the training would get good for a guy my size. I ended up bringing Luke Spicer up there with me because he was a bigger guy and we could go. But if you're in Red Deer, Rashido's a good place to train. And also, like if you're boxing in Red Deer, the Red Deer Boxing Club is great. Roman Shipkovsky is there. It's where Cam O'Connell trains out of. So there's tons of places. There's good little places to train all over the place, but you just got to kind of find them out, pick your training partners, and get to work. Now I'm in Swift Current, Saskatchewan. I have a couple good training partners that are up here. Nick, who runs the gym, and Dustin. They're both bigger guys. Dustin's our provincial champion here in Saskatchewan, so I can get in rounds with him. That's fun. I think I may have been around a little bit too long, but it's fun to be able to see what other people are doing, and if I can beat them up, then it's fun to just try to do new things. So we'll put it that way. But the facility up here is nice. There's a ton of great people that come up. I'm in there by myself now, seeing as how the boxing portion has shut down, so I kind of took that over for the summertime, and I'm able to do kind of what I like to do. And well, it's not necessarily what I like to do. It's kind of what has to be done. But good question. Anybody else got a question? Gavin Neal. If you guys don't know Gavin, go back to the MFC days in Edmonton. Gavin had a ton of good fights on those MFC cards. He had one against Ryan Mahan. He ended up losing that fight. But Gavin's a tough motherfucker, man. I remember I I went down a YouTube rabbit hole with Gavin, and I was watching some of his kickboxing fights when he was when Gavin first started fighting, he was a fat little fucker, and he was fighting around 200 pounds, and they used to call him Snacks. But he might have the hardest head of all time. Yelena says it's on McLean. Is it actually in McLean's, Yelena, or did they take it or did they leave it? That's what I want to know. I have no idea whether they took it or left it, but it is what it is. People have been asking me what the fuck is going on with Dario. Dario is in this little area right now where he's back in Florida. He's doing all this crazy shit, like swimming with alligators and going to the club every night. And I talked to him today. Yeah, he says he's very busy. All he does is goes to the gym and works out and boxes and helps his dad out. Later on, did I find that by helping his dad out, Dario has taken on a job as a bicycle delivery boy. Well, I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm hoping that he can take his ass back to Montreal fairly soon so that we can get back to work on this fucking thing and he can come back on the show. He also gets yelled at by his girlfriend a lot, so I do get constant bombardments with questions about Adam the Boogeyman Braidwood. How I wasn't at liberty to disclose anything that's going on with him, but I will tell you now. I bought a trailer this year, and we've gone camping one time, but my trailer has been occupied by a giant man that's 250 pounds and 6'4" tall. and he took it out to the woods, and he's been doing some Rocky training out there, and I haven't seen my trailer since. So I don't even know where he is. I get a phone call every once in a while when he gets cell service, and that's about it. So that will explain to you where the boogeyman is. He stole my trailer, and he moved it out to the woods, and he decided to go punch trees. Chad Dafoe's on. What's up, Chad? But yeah, as for him, in the bush, cutting trees. I don't even know if he has running water. He could just be like drinking out of a spring like a fucking caveman. No idea. So last night we were in the gym. We had a bunch of guys showed up, which was good. My nephew has been gone for a week so far, which has been fucking great. He's so annoying. He just asks questions repeatedly. But we had guys in the gym. We had HD Derek was there. Jesse was there. We had two Jessies there and another young man named Adam. And we put them through it was kind of a circuit workout, but it sucked. Like I hated it. It was terrible. And it was me that made it up. You think I do something I like, but I fucking hated it. It involved like running stairs and medicine ball shit and fucking the bag stuff was fun, but the rest of it sucked. I never want to do that again. Well, we're probably going to do it on Friday. Let's talk equipment. Gloves are such a talking point, in your opinion. After all the gloves you have used, what feels best to you? What's the best bang for the buck? Do you have any high-end gloves? Glove experience? What's the best gloves on the planet? Gloves are a personal preference. I know a lot of guys, they swear by Fairtex gloves. It's a lot of kickboxing guys use them. I've had Everlast Protect 3s. I really like them, but they didn't last very long. Like they broke down fast. I haven't had a pair of Winning gloves yet. I would really like to try Winning gloves. I've had a lot of Rival gloves. I've had Ringside gloves, which they fell off the fucking wagon fast. They're terrible. Right? I go 6 weeks and punch out a pair of Ringside gloves at $100. Like if you're a lighter person, they're probably fine. But Rival gloves are good. It all depends on what ones you get. I have the. Oh, somebody sent me a Facebook message. I have the. Oh, it was Gabriel Varga. Yeah, okay. We're gonna get Gabriel Varga to come on the podcast one of these days. He wants to come on, so we'll fucking do that. I had the first edition of those Rival gloves where they had like the X strap thing. I fucking hated them. They were terrible. Like the end of them was so fucking big, and then the wrist had zero support. Ryan James had them too, and he used to punch me in the face with them, and it sucked. So then I swore off a Rival forever, and I went over to Ringside, and I started using those gloves when they were actually made with real leather. They were like $150 at the time, but they were great. They lasted forever. I did make the mistake one time of getting the ones with the suede. At first, I liked the ones with the suede on the thumb because I could wipe the sweat off my eyes, and it would actually absorb it. But after a while of wiping sweat off your eyes, the suede turned into like sandpaper, and it sucked. It hurt, and I'd hurt my training partners too with it. So we eventually got rid of those gloves. Frankie Rill's on here. Frankie Rill's one of the best heavyweights we got in Canada. So maybe we can, if Frankie can answer us a question and tell us when his next fight is, I'd be excited to hear about that. But as for gloves, right now I have the RV11s. They're okay, but I was sparring with the guy from our gym, Nick, and I keep marking up his forehead with the gloves. I'm wondering if it's my knuckles going through the gloves or if he just bruises like a peach, but I do find that they're a little bit soft. But I also have the bag gloves. I have them like right in front of me. I'll grab them and I'll show you. Sorry. 1 second. So I have the wrist lock 2 bag gloves. These aren't bad. The only grievance I have with them is they have this plastic piece that goes down right here. And if you start ripping uppercuts on an uppercut bag or a body shot bag, I know for me it ends up hurting my hands after a while. So we're probably going to garbage these here pretty quick because they're getting a little bit soft. These are my sparring gloves. They're not RB11s, they're RS1s. So I use these a lot for sparring, but at this point, you guys can see they're kind of beat up and soft. I don't really enjoy punching people in the face with them anymore. But they've been good. Like for the $159, they're not bad. In my opinion, if you guys want a good pair of gloves that are going to last, that aren't going to break the bank like winning are $400 and up, especially if you want custom gloves. They're fucking expensive. Your best bet is to go out and find yourself a sponsor that'll pay for those gloves, because I ain't paying for them. But the Classic Fight Shop in Calgary stocks Sabas. Sabas stack up to winning very close, but for the price tag of $170, which is a hell of a lot cheaper, you can get 2 pairs of winnings for that price. Sabas is probably your best bang for the buck. I am having some Sabas stuff sent to me. I'm getting a groin guard, 2 pairs of gloves, and some headgear. So we're going to try the headgear. I'm not a big fan of fucking headgear. I don't like it, but eventually I'm going to have to start using it. Frankie Rill says, what's up? September 8th, Paramount. What the fuck? Paramount Food Center in Mississauga. That's exciting. September 8th isn't that far away. September 8th is September 7th and September 8th is very busy. We got Dakota Boxing is on September 8th. Dwayne Lewis, our guy Dwayne, is going to be competing on that show. September 7th is KO Boxing, where our guy Cam O'Connell, we got the Santoro brothers, they'll be on there, I believe. Flavio Michel, and Julian Klima, maybe me. We're waiting to find out. But yeah, those 2 days are real busy. So best of luck to you, Frankie, in that fight. I can't wait to find out and see who your opponent is. Hopefully, you get somebody pretty soon, because September 8th is just a hop, skip, and a jump away. What's up with the tape on your leg? Is that bullshit or what? Seems hokey. Is it legit? Sometimes I'll tape on my leg because I've had 2 knee surgeries. So I blew my ACL. I completely blew that thing apart. My MCL, had my meniscus cut out, and my PCL. So when I tape my leg, I don't really know if it works. Adam Braidwood told me to do it because he's had the same shit that I did. Sometimes like it'll hold my tibia in place a little bit better than it is being held right now. But hopefully, I don't. Maybe it's just one of those. Maybe it's fucking. Derek said to me yesterday he believes in the placebo effect. Maybe it's the fucking placebo effect. Makes me feel better about myself if I tape it up. Who knows? Mel Lubovic's on. Hi, Mel. I heard you were camping, Mel. Is that true? If you've gone camping so many times this year. I have not been invited once. We are secretly married, and I have not been invited to one of these camping trips one time. It's very upsetting. Oh, little Jet Grand's on here too. What's going on, Jet? When's your next fight? I'd like to find that out. He's fun to watch. Jet's a little fucking murderer. He's scary. People have asked me about the videos that get made. I don't make those. Or my guy Derek makes those, and he does a pretty good job of them. Derek he's a funny fella. You got to keep him motivated. Yelling at him sometimes doesn't work. He just kind of crawls into a ball and gives up and goes to his house and cries. And then we should talk some. Oh, Frankie Real, thanks, man. Yeah, coming close. We should talk sometime soon. Got sparring with Big Mel. Yeah, man. Yeah, we need to get Frankie to come on the show. Tell Mladen I said what's up. I like that guy. But back on Derek. Derek's he's a different cat. So he's very abrasive. Like, he's a fucking pussy, but he's very abrasive. Like, you say something to him, he doesn't like it, he'll get snotty with you like real quick and to give you a dirty look. But to keep him motivated with the videos, Derek just put up crying faces, which is kind of funny. But you got to keep the guy motivated. You got to give him hugs and stuff. Like, I haven't hugged him yet. I'll punch him in the face before I do that. But if you guys remember that video, the first one that came out, and I was sparring a guy, but it didn't look like I was really doing too much, and he ended up punching me in the face. It had that Justin Bieber song in it. That was Derek. You know, Derek tries. I can't lie. He doesn't try hard, but he does show up every day and doesn't. He doesn't bitch, but he walks away. There's a lot of this walking away stuff where he thinks we don't see it, but I see it all the time. I see his little ginger ass fucking walking away from the bag, or I see him. Nice guy, does good work for the show. I like him. He's misunderstood by some people, but the videos he does are top notch. So we like that. So yes, Gabriel Varga, he wants to come back on the show again. I'm very interested in doing that. Just sent me a message, which is nice. Gabriel won the Bellator kickboxing title from our guy, guest of the year last year, Kevin Ross. So I'm kind of obligated to have Gabriel on now. Oh, my guy Pepsi Dave is on. I know Pepsi Dave's gonna have some fucking questions. Pepsi Dave decided to throw my name out there in a fight the other day, and the comment got deleted, but I got a kick out of it. Pepsi Dave, what the fuck is going on? Who else we got on here? I wonder if this thing could tell me who we got. Probably not. But Luke Spicer update. I don't know what Luke Spicer's doing. Luke Spicer is he's working concrete. He does that full time. I know he's got a couple other business options that are going to be going live here pretty soon, which will be cool for him. I'm excited for him. Also, full-time vegan still, full-time idiot also. We've bumped it up from part-time to full-time idiot. The Spice is, he's something else. David Howell just getting off work. Who's the other person I was talking to the other day? Oh, this Tuesday coming up on the show, we've got one of the toughest women on the planet, and she's coming back on the show, Erin Tohill, and she has got some fucking news to drop that should excite the combat sports world worldwide. Yeah, the question is, why did the comment get deleted? I have no idea, man. I don't know what goes through that guy's mind. I'm not even going to mention his name because he gets fired up. Would I be interested in the fight? No. It does not interest me in the least. It just doesn't interest me. It doesn't get me excited. Doesn't get the blood going. Nothing like that. Oh, Monster Mladen's on here. Mel, when is your next fight? I know that you announced it, and I can't remember. Well, Mladen Miljas, he is our Canadian heavyweight champion. He knocked the shit out of the White Bengal Tiger, Dylan Carmen, and he has yet to step back in the ring since that fight. So I'm always excited when we have fight news from Mladen. So hopefully we can get an answer on that, and maybe even a fucking opponent. But Dylan Carmen news. Dylan Carmen was supposed to fight in Belleville, Ontario. I believe it was last weekend. And something happened with his opponent. I don't know what happened. Like at the 12th hour, his opponent just pulled out or didn't show up. One of the two. I have no idea what happened. But Dylan didn't end up fighting. Disappointing for I don't I have an issue with Dylan Carmen. Like, he was on Big Brother. He got fucking so fat. I get it. You like food, bro, but you're also like representing Canadian boxing while you were on that show, and you were literally our reigning heavyweight champion. You went to the Dragon's Den. You honey dicked them for like $50,000. Go on Big Brother, get so far out of shape that you were almost unrecognizable. Like, we could still tell your stupid face, but you were so big. And then I'll give you credit, you made a solid effort to get into shape to fight Mladen, but it was not enough. Not even close. He's gone even further now. He's in pretty good shape now by the looks of things. But it was sad. The fight with Mladen was good though. They made it interesting right in the first round. They both got dropped. They dropped each other at the same time. So it was good. It also showed that Mladen had some has real guts, man. He got in there, did the work, got knocked down, got back up, and finished the fight. Mladen says August 17th, a couple more weeks, still waiting on opponent. You're looking good. Can see you've been training. Oh, thanks, brother. Best of luck on August 17th. I hope you get an opponent here real quick. I know what it's like to sit back and wait and wait and wait and wait, and then finally get an opponent. Then maybe that opponent pulls out, and then they give you another one 12 hours in advance of the fight. But I know that you're ready to fight. So hopefully that happens real quick for you, man. Frankie Rowe was on here earlier. He said he's got sparring with you here pretty quick. So I would love to see video of that. That'd be fun. Usyk versus David. I don't even know how to pronounce these names, man. You got to show me pictures or something. Usyk versus Gassiev. I have no fucking idea. You tell me. Dave, you ask me some weird questions sometimes. I haven't done a. Dave was the one that he always used to love it when I jump on here and do live feeds because he think I would talk shit. But I don't know who those people are, man. Like, if you first names and last names, he is the next big thing. It seems to be a common theme among Canadian boxers, dates for fights without opponents. It's a real common thing, unless you're like a world champion and you have mandatory challengers, I think. Like, we're seeing Anthony Joshua. He's going to fight that Povetkin guy now. I really thought that Deontay Wilder fight was going to happen. But realistically, the guys that get their opponents like in a fairly that actually has like some notice are going to be the champions because they got a list of guys who they're going to have to fight, the mandatory challengers and stuff like that. So I said yes to their offer. Oh, I said yes to their offer. They offered me, hopefully comes together soon. And Frankie is the man, going to get some rounds in with him now. Top secret. I'd still like to see it. I promise I won't put it on Facebook. Wink. Lomachenko's gym. Undefeated Olympic champ, and he just won the Ali tournament. Worth checking out. Amazing fight. I'm going to check that out now, David. Thanks for the heads up on that. Realistically, I can't make a pick on any of those guys because I've never seen them fight. But which one is from Lomachenko's gym? Usyk? Because if that's the guy, then I would take him just because he's from his gym. Usually David is fairly quick on answering me. Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to pick him then. Dave, where is I know Brad Switzer, he got a new job selling dentist equipment. But do you still keep in touch with him? It already happened. Oh. Well, I didn't watch it. No, I'm going to have to watch it, Dave. Dave is the last time I seen Dave, he was so drunk. So drunk. We were at KO boxing and the event wrapped up. Dave came up to us. He wanted a photo with me and Luke because Dave was an avid listener to the Spice of Life podcast. I don't know whether he listens to the Final Shot podcast anymore, but Dave was fucked up and he wanted a picture. And Luke ended up like trying to take a selfie, but then cut Dave out of the picture as but Dave was so drunk that his BFF Brad Switzer did the dip on him and left him with us. Fucking great guy. In regards to talking shit, who in current boxing talks the most shit or has the best shit talk? Tyson Fury, hands down. Tyson Fury has witty shit talk. He does it well, and he backs up what he says. Shannon Briggs would be up there too, but a lot of his shit, like, he does some fucking crazy stuff. Do you guys ever see the video of when Shannon Briggs goes out and finds what's his nuts? The big tall fuck that Tyson Fury beat up. God damn it, I can't remember his name now. Oh, two brothers. God damn it, David, help me. Yeah, let's go, champ. I like Shannon Briggs. Who the fuck was he fucking with? Damn it. Tyson Fury sang fucking the Armageddon song. Yeah, Klitschko. So so Vladimir Klitschko was on one of those paddleboard things, the ones you stand up on with the paddle. And Shannon Briggs goes flying by in a speedboat screaming at him. And they do circles around him, and Shannon Briggs is yelling at him, and they eventually like turn up a wake, and Klitschko fucking falls off his board. But that was funny. Cam O'Connell's on. What's up, Cam? He's one of our best guys in Canada. I eat what the champ eats. I drink what the champ drinks. Yeah. Well, Shannon Briggs. He went on this huge. He followed Klitschko around to a bunch of places. I know they got into it in a restaurant, a couple other places too. When he eats his salad, yeah, that one was good. Goes up and so Shannon Briggs turned up at a restaurant that Klitschko was at, and takes his fork and starts eating his salad. That was hilarious. So Cam O'Connell. He will be in the main event September 7th, KO Boxing. I haven't heard any news on an opponent yet, which I don't know if Cam has any news on an opponent, but I'd like to know who he's fighting. That'd be great. I still got this fucking summer cold too. It's driving me nuts. It's like, it's not bad enough where I want to stay in bed all day, but it's annoying enough that I get pissed off. That's a great question for Cam, Dave. So Cam O'Connell has been a sparring partner for Steve. Well, they've been sparring partners for each other for a really long time. I know that Steve's beefed up a little bit. I seen him a couple of weeks ago. He's fighting at 147, I believe. And Cam fights relatively low. We got a guy not signed. Yeah, lefty from Mexico, 40-some fights. Holy shit. Now, are we talking like 3-37 or like 37-3? Claggett's got this fight. If Steve's a motherfucker, man. Steve's so good. He hits hard. He's got a great coach. And the last fight he had in where the Dropkick Murphys were, what a fucking cool event. Just say that. Team Camo logo was on Tanner's truck forever. Yeah, Cam. I need a new Team Camo logo. 11 losses, I think. I need a new Team Camo logo. I went through one of those fucking spray wash things and I blew half of it off, so I had to pull it off. I looked like a fucking idiot. So like Team O. So Irish. It was so Irish. So they had the Dropkick Murphys were there. Before Steve even came out to fight, the Dropkick Murphys, they decided they're going to do a fucking full-on set. And I was getting pissed off because they were playing too many goddamn songs before the fight. I was sitting there. It took so long. Daniel Redfern's on. I got a funny story about Daniel Redfern if you guys want to hear that story. So Adam Braidwood sent me a message thread between Daniel Redfern and him. It's pretty funny. So Adam put up this thing where it was this new thing on Instagram where it's asked me a question. So he got asked a question. Do guys ever ask you out on dates or anything like that? And he replied, all the time. I only went on 2 dates though. And then Daniel Redford freaked out and he's like, what the fuck? Because Daniel, I believe, likes guys. And he may have a little bit of a crush on Adam and maybe he wanted a date. I don't know. But that's funny. Daniel Redfern also does all the logos for all of us. He did my logo. He's done a bunch of logos for Adam. He did Brian Caldwell's logo. He did oil painting for me. He did an oil painting for Adam, for Caldwell. I don't know what else he's done, but he does a lot of shit. Very talented guy. So if you guys ever want logos done, if you can send him a picture and he'll do an oil painting of it. He's a fucking talented dude. But hit him up. It's Daniel Redfern on Facebook and get him to do some shit for you if you need a logo or something. Ryan Ford's on. Ryan Ford will be competing September 28th at Unified in Edmonton, which is a very exciting fight because Ryan will be making his return to MMA against a trash-talking American who's been talking shit all over the fucking internet. But it's exciting. Now, Ryan also will be teaching classes up at the UFC gym in Edmonton. Is it Edmonton North, Ryan, I believe? I can't remember now. But if you want to train with the champ, we're talking a multiple-time champion, boxing champion, MMA champion, go up to the UFC gym and hit up Ryan Ford. I think he's doing one-on-one privates too. Also, you guys can go over to the Real Deal Athletics page and buy some shit from there too. I got the Trapload shirt on right now. It's legit. Everything's good from Ryan Ford when he puts it out. PMAC's on here too. We like PMAC. What's going on, PMAC? Edwin Aguilar, what the fuck is he doing on here? Oh, Edwin. This is danger zone for you, sir. What was I talking about? Ryan Ford. Ryan, what is your opponent's name? I can't remember his name. Fuck if I know what his name is. I know he's an American, and he used to be in the military, or he's still in the military. One of the two. Don't quote me on any of it. But that's what I do know, is he was in the military. I don't know his fucking name, man. And Unified has another card coming up in Calgary. I'm wondering if Ryan's going to be on that one too. That would be a big deal if Ryan went over to Calgary and competed on that card. I would like to see that. PMAC, what's up, bro? Ryan's going to sleep that guy 100%. I don't know if this gentleman quite has any idea what he's got himself into. Ryan's been around a long time. He's had over 40 fights and in multiple his name is Matt Delusional. He's had over 40 fights. I've seen all of them. I'm pretty sure I've been live for a shit ton of them. I've seen Ryan get hit, and it's never ever bothered him. I called Ryan Ford an alien. because he literally doesn't get rocked. I've never seen him rocked. I've never seen him hurt. I've seen him with a fight with a broken arm. I've seen him fight hurt. I don't think this guy has any idea what's coming his way. Just saw Ryan's article on Vice. What is that? I haven't seen this article on Vice. Don't know to spell his last name, but he's delusional. I think that's the perfect name for him, is Matt Delusional. We'll just call him that. Fuck it. We'll make hats. Delusional Matt. The only stuff I've seen on Matt Delusional is he likes to wrestle. So what Matt's got standing in front of him that he's going to have to try to take him down is a real athlete. Ryan, he's competed, like, he went from MMA to boxing, but before that he was on the practice roster for the BC Lions. He's an athlete. So he's got that fast twitch muscle. He's got a good sprawl. He's got good takedown defense. If he gets on top of you on the ground, you're in fuck city. Oh, it's an exciting time because I don't know if there's anybody quite as exciting as Ryan that competes in MMA. I don't pay much attention to MMA anymore, but I will for this fight. I might even show up to it September 28th in Edmonton. So I can. Sorry, Ryan. I know you can wrestle too. Fuck. I can only pump your tires so much. But it's a good fight. I can't wait to see it. And good luck to Ryan. And I hope you don't get seriously injured. What else am I talking about today? Look who showed up. Dakota McFadden. Hells yes. Dakota's been ducking me for a long time. He hasn't showed up to the gym for a really long time. Says he's training in Shaunavon. I call bullshit on that. But I really enjoy to punch you in the face here right quick. If you want to come in Friday. Anybody else got any more questions today? So, my guy Simon. So Simon Pierre, KTB, he's I don't know how to explain it, like a thrash metal thing or something like that. But Kill the Pharaoh, that's his band. And they do some good stuff. They did a song that was about, I guess Adam was the premise behind the, I don't know. He'd have to fucking explain it. Just go check out Kill the Pharaoh. I'm fucking talking shit now. Mike Power. That's a good name. Mike Power. I like that name. We do have a lot of fights that are coming up, actually, and I fucking left my sheet out in the living room. There's a lot of big fights coming up. Canelo and Triple G are going to be fighting here pretty quick. Who else? I can't remember. Oh, I'll tell you guys, I did finish I got a university kind of degree thing. Beyond the Void by Kill the Pharaoh. That's it. Thank you. So I got a certificate for a computer aided drafter. So if anybody needs any 3D drawings for a house, I can do that. Realistically, do I want to? Not really. It sounds fucking boring. I'll tell you right now, the school was really fucking boring. But I could do it. I'm going to charge you an arm and a leg for it because I don't want to do it. But if anybody needs it done, I'll do it. Simon, have you been doing any live shows? I've seen some pictures on the Instagram and the Facebooks of you guys doing some live shows, which is pretty cool. Kill the Pharaoh. Simon, what was it? Was that Beyond the Void was made for a comic book, correct? Thing with answering questions on Facebook or asking questions on Facebook is that sometimes there's a lag and it takes forever to get an answer. But at the top of the show, I was talking to you guys about the Smile spray. On Smile, they also make vaporizer e-liquid, which is great because I don't know, I like it. I know a bunch of other people that like it too, but it's great. Well, CBD oil is super helpful in recovery. It's I'm not a doctor, so I don't want to fucking talk too much shit. But it can help with brain recovery, helps with injury recovery. That's why I use the Buddha stick a lot. I rub the Buddha stick on. I actually need a new one. So Jeeves, wherever the fuck you are, my Buddha stick is out. I need a new one. Ryan Ford used the Buddha stick before. I think he liked it. The Boogeyman uses all this stuff too. CBD capsules. I take them before bed, and I seem to sometimes I get some fucking weird dreams though, but that just might be because I'm nuts. I've taken too many shots to the face. But they're just little capsules, right? I just take 2 of them. They're 20 milligrams a piece. I like that. So it is summer break for kids, and I've had the Boogie Child booting around the house now. I'm getting rid of her next week for a whole week, which I have an issue. Maybe I'm a fucking weirdo, but I don't like sending my kid away for a week. It bugs me. Maybe it's because I'm not there. Maybe it's because if something happens, I can't. I don't know. I don't like doing it. But she is going to go away for a week next week. She's going to go to a place in Saskatchewan called Cypress to go camping with her grandparents, which I don't mind it with her grandparents. They're fairly responsible. They raised 4 kids, so I think they could probably handle one. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else on here. I know Ryan has kids, whether he's on here or not anymore. I don't know. But I got a real issue with, I don't mind it for a night or 2 nights or something like that, but I have a real issue with it for a week. I get nervous about it. I don't know why. My wife doesn't give a fuck. She's like, oh, good, the kid's going for a week. She just wants to get freaky, though. That's what just wants to get all nasty. Well, that's cool with me. I'm down with it. But I could also send my kid next door for a sleepover. And but hey, she's gonna have fun anyway. Cyprus looks like a really cool place. They got lots of stuff up there for kids, climbing wall, all that kind of shit. Beach, you go swimming, do all that nonsense. Last week we went out on the boat. So earlier, like I went ice fishing all winter, and I was yanking out these monster northern pike. Now, before I went ice fishing, because northern pike's really good in the wintertime to eat. You just got to get the Y bones out of it. But anyway, so there was at Lake Pelche that I was catching these things, and my kid had no idea that these giant fish were in the lake. Not a clue. So I bring these fish home, and she says, she asked me, where'd you catch them? I said, well, Lake Pelche. She looked at me with horror. She said, I was swimming in there. Now, these fucking things, they're big, but like you're kicking your feet, thrashing around, they're not going to bug you. So we were out on the boat last weekend, and she was all freaked out to go in the water because she remembered the fish that I was pulling out in the wintertime. Then we had to negotiate around that and get her back in the water. Explain to her that the fish aren't going to bug you. Sheena T. Kane's on here. What's up, Sheena? But kids are funny, man. I get a kick out of Ryan's son, RJ. That kid's hilarious. And he's a super athlete, too, at the age of, like, what, fucking 8, 7? Kid is crazy at soccer. He's so good. Does anybody on here have kids that have scooters? I don't understand these fucking scooters. Weird. Simon says back to Kill the Pharaoh stuff for a comic book that's coming very soon, and our friend Adam Braidwood. What is this comic book? I want to see it. we can fucking wrap this thing up. If anybody's got any fucking questions, comments, concerns, want to tell me to go fuck myself, you guys can go right ahead for the next 5 minutes. I'll ramble on about some kind of bullshit. I guess I could probably run through my ads again unless anybody is going to ask any questions. All right, today the podcast is brought to you by Buds and Leaves. Go over to www.budsandleaves.com. Get yourself a Buddha stick. The fucking sun in the angle of this goddamn room now has fucked me up. Get yourself some CBD capsules. If you want to get crazy, you can get some fucking actual weed and get fucking higher than a jet. We're also brought to you by Smile Canada. So go over to smilevliquid.com. Get yourself some Smile spray. You can get lemon lime. You can get the orange, or you can get, I think it's called winter. I haven't tried the winter one yet, Blake. I need the winter one, but apparently it's minty. And try out some of their I guess they call it V-Liquid, fuck. But the V-Liquid, you can put it in a vaporizer and vape the shit out of it. Box Runner shoes. Best shoes in boxing. The Real Deal competed in these things. And he liked them. They sent me a pair. I like them. They got real good ankle support. They're lightweight, durable. They got treads. You can do CrossFit in them, run in them. You do whatever the fuck you want in these things. www.boxrunnershoes.com. We're also brought to you by Monster Headphones, the best headphones in the business. So head on over to www.monsterstore.com. Pick yourself up a pair of Monster headphones. I recommend the iSport earbuds because they're waterproof. You can sweat in them. Whatever the fuck you want them. Last but not least, Onnit. Go to www.onnit.com. Check out the Onnit Academy. And they have the Onnit 6 in there. You can check, what the fuck do they Onnit 6? I'm having a brain fart now. I probably should have took some Alpha Brain from Onnit. The Onnit 6, they're 30-minute at-home workouts. You can get shredded in your own house. Sonny Shireen's on here. Sonny, his show is coming up September 28th, featuring Ryan the Real Deal Ford. Make sure you check that out. Back to Onnit. Go get an Onnit Keto box. The Keto box is a box they're going to send to you once a month. And it's filled with a whole bunch of keto treats you can try. You can pick the ones you like, throw the ones that you don't like. They don't give a fuck. Then you can find them in your own hometown. You get a bigger supply of the ones you like, and you can write a fucking email to the ones you don't like and tell them to go fuck themselves. Best coaches I've ever worked with. Adam Zuzek, Gary Vig. I was privileged enough to go to a couple classes in London, Ontario with Sean Tompkins. Rest in peace. Who else? I've rubbed shoulders with a lot of good coaches. Richard Lestage, Milan, Lubovic, Doug Stein, all Cam's coaches. Roman Shipkovsky, I've trained with him. He's great. Who else? Sarah Kaufman. I don't know. The list is very long. Who coaches you now? Who coaches me now? That's a difficult question to ask. I don't necessarily have a coach right now. I have people that tell me what to do. But I'm kind of left to my own accord at this point until I go to Edmonton. I would probably seek out the Real Deal while I'm there. I would probably head down to Avenue Boxing. Realistically, I've been invited to go to Parksville. So there's lots of options. Right now, I do what I'm told to the best of my ability. And I got some good people that I work with here. Nick Habshai, Dustin, what the fuck is his last name? Chad Dafo. The guys here are nice. They let me do what I want. Brian Caldwell asks, now that Luke is gone, are you pushing keto on us? No, I am not pushing keto on you. You guys can put whatever you want in your mouth. Brian, if you want to put dicks in there, I don't care. I use a keto diet. I like it. It's a keto mod diet because I don't know if I would be able to function on a day-to-day basis with the amount of effort that's put out 3 times a day when I go to the gym, without a little bit of carbohydrates. So it's a keto mod diet. But no, Brian, I am not pushing keto on you. I don't know what I would push on you. Like, if I really wanted to push something on you, I don't know what I would push on you. Maybe to stop playing fucking World of Warcraft and what's that other one you play? I don't even know. Brian, what are you playing? Keto for the win. Thank you, Dave Pookie. Guys, if you're in Victoria, go check out Dave's gym down there. What the fuck is it called again now? The Fitness Academy with Graham Spencer. He's I think he might be the only person that's inducted into the Battlefield Fight League Hall of Fame at this point. But they got a good gym down there. They got a fella down there that's been doing stuff with Bailey. I can't remember his name now, but he's look like he's having fun. I call it the carbogenic diet. You guys are always eating fucking good stuff over there in Victoria. Dave's always posting some shit, some kind of food or donuts. It makes me jealous. But I guess I'll call this thing now. Guys, it's episode 14 of the Final Shot podcast. Not unless I get one more question in the next 30 seconds, I'm going to shut this fucker down. So I've been rambling on for 57 minutes at this point. I guess I'm not even talking to myself today. But all right, well, thanks everybody for asking questions, tuning in, making comments. This was a lot of fun. I have a hard time talking to myself, so this made it a little bit easier to talk to you guys. I wanted to save the guest till next week. Next week, Aaron Tohill is coming on to drop some serious news, and the whole world of combat sports should be excited for it. If you guys don't know Aaron Tohill, she was Steel on the new version of American Gladiators. She's a boxer. She's a kickboxer. She's an MMA fighter. So look for that Tuesday. It's going to be a late show, so I will be releasing it late in the day because she has to do it in the evening. Guys, episode 14 of the Final Shot podcast. We're out.